Hi everyone, today I want to share with you a part of my journey to improving my mental well-being. How some realizations have helped me a lot in healing from past traumas. And if you're in the same situation, I hope this might help you too. Some of us probably know that trauma is an awful event that is not understood or processed properly. It happened in the past, but it causes pain in the present. In many cases, you are forced to move on from an ordeal hastily. But the memories of the event doesn't just disappear once you continue with your normal daily lives. The traumatized version of you doesn't recognize an irrational fear. You just think that everything is terrifying. You are scared of getting close to other people, of getting into a relationship, of being abandoned, of being alone, of being not liked by complete strangers, and sometimes of a simple thing such as receiving a compliment. In a broad sense, you are scared of the outside world. You may not realize your low sense of self-worth. You just think that other people are likely to laugh at or to dislike you. Intimacy is unfamiliar to you, but you just think that you are unhappy in a certain relationship. Trauma makes you view things through a distorted lens. For example, one common thing that I observe a lot is when someone receives a compliment such as "you are beautiful" or "your outfit is nice," they deflect the compliment by saying things like, "Oh, my sister is a beautiful one," or "I'm boring," or "I got this outfit at a discount." There was one time someone even told me that, "Oh, if I keep talking to you, I don't think you are gonna like me." I think that that kind of remark might sound humble, but deep down inside, they just think they don't deserve the compliment, or they actually think that nobody is gonna like them and that other people are just being polite. I used to be like that, but I've seen worked on it. Nowadays, one trick that I find quite helpful is to just accept the compliment by saying something like, "Thank you, you are so sweet," or "you're so nice." Assuming that people are just being polite implies that you think they are lying. So I choose to believe that their compliments are genuine. I also find that we don't live in a culture that makes it easier for people with trauma. The modern medical field often suggests taking a pill to make bad feelings go away. And the economy puts so much pressure on you that you don't have time to address feelings buried deep inside. And sometimes it's not safe to do so. I grew up in an environment where my value was strongly tied to my academic achievements or financial success. Detaching from this mindset has been very difficult for me, and I have been constantly criticized by others and by myself for not achieving certain goals. I constantly beat myself up for not being able to be successful by traditional standards. And I think the majority of us, at a certain point in our lives, all feel the pressures imposed on us by society and other people around it. Trying to live up to the outside expectations sometimes put a detrimental harm on our mental well-beings. And although you might not be able to detach completely from the definitions of success imposed on you by other people, I think some of the realizations that we are talking about today might help you in healing and feeling a little bit more comfortable in your own journey. I understand that each of us will have different issues, and what works for me might not work for everyone. However, I hope these realizations could benefit some of you who are on the same journey. One thing I realized very late in life is that people don't need or they don't want your opinions or your advice. They just want to feel heard and seen. This realization helps me avoid unhealthy involvement. I used to fight a lot with my close ones, and whenever it happened, I used to cry, get angry. I was exhaustedly overwhelmed. As I grow up, I've slowly realized that it's a lot easier to deal with them if I just listen to them without getting involved in their problems. It sounds like a very simple realization, but it took me years to finally realize it. Before, I used to get so entangled in their problem. I felt so frustrated every time I had to listen to them venting and talking about the same issues over and over again. But now that I've realized this, when I listen, I just let them vent and express my understanding and support. This way, they calm down much quicker and the conversation also ends sooner. I don't do this just to dismiss them. I genuinely understand that they only need me to listen, not to provide advice or opinions. I no longer feel helpless that I couldn't get them to see things clearly or feel frustrated when they vent about the same issues over and over. I feel much lighter and less overwhelmed by other people's dramas. And I empathize more deeply with them when I maintain a calm state of mind. The second thing I've come to realize is that you can't change anyone, and it's not your job to. I fortunately realized this fact quite early on and have since given up on trying to change others. I see people around me constantly complaining and trying to change others except themselves. They complain about how flawed other people are, but rarely or never talk about their own flaws. I understand that a certain degree of complaining is normal. I myself do it a lot of the times. However, when complaining and the desire to change others become constant, it's just pure toxic and it drains people around you. I strongly believe that trying to change others is futile. Let them live their life. Go live yours. The third thing that I've come to realize and also try to practice often is gratitude. Gratitude is a powerful solution to the feeling of lacking and falling behind. A lot of you probably will relate to the feeling that you are falling behind in life and that you don't have it all together, that everybody else has it better than you. There are many times I feel that I've fallen behind in life, that I am not contributing anything of value, and believing that other people have it better than me. In those moments, I feel terrible, seeing myself as a failure and hating myself. And that feeling happens a lot. It's unhealthy. Nowadays, the trick that I use to snap out of that feeling is to shift my focus from what I lack to what I have. I began thanking life, the universe, or any higher power that I was born healthy, I have a family, I have a roof over my head, I graduated, I found a job, etc. And the feeling of gratitude almost always washes over me, making me feel like the luckiest person in the world. It reminds me that not achieving everything I want does not diminish the achievements and blessings that I've already experienced in my life. The next things I've realized is that you need a support system. Nobody makes it on their own. When you experience hard times or dark moments, it's normal to not be able to cope alone. You need someone to listen to you, to hug you, to offer words of comfort and support. Family and friends are there for these moments. I understand that not everyone has the privilege to have a wonderful family and friends or anyone at all. If you don't have anyone or the people around you are unsupportive, seeing a therapist might be an option. Being with the right people who are supportive and compassionate helps you process your trauma in a healthier way because they give you a clearer perspective on past events. They help you see your reality more clearly instead of through a distorted lens. You will realize that you are not inherently flawed. Not everybody dislikes you. Not everything will end in disaster. And you're not doomed or cursed. The next things I realize is that many problems we have are the results of self-confidence, self-worth issues. If you struggle with these issues, work hard on them. It is vague to say work on them, but each person has a unique way to resolving their own self-worth issues. For me, I tend to read books or watch videos on the topics to increase my awareness and follow advices that I find helpful, such as being self-compassionate, talking more kindly to myself, or focusing on personal growth. And that leads me to my next realization, which is self-compassion helps you get through your healing journey easier. If you have been traumatized, it is common to put yourself down or to blame yourself for what happened, thinking that you are at fault, that you are weak, or that you should have done better. You might also compare your healing journey to other people's journeys, thinking things like he or she has been through worse and they are fine. Why can't I just get over it? This is a faulty way of thinking because every person's experience is unique. Therefore, the depth of wounds or how fast people heal also vary. Comparison does not help your healing and might even be harmful if it makes you feel incapable or inept. Instead of comparison, embracing self-compassion. Self-compassion is accepting your flaws as part of being human. Everyone on earth is imperfect and their lives are imperfect. They may look perfect on Instagram or TikTok, but they are not, and neither is yours. It is a shared human experience, and it is such a relief. You don't have to be perfect. Remember, you have the power to heal. Perhaps not quickly or completely, but the power is in your hands. With time, I hope that one day you can look back at what happened with more self-compassion. You might come to realize that maybe you were just too young, that you didn't know better, or that you were unfairly treated, but was in no way your fault. When you are a victim of your circumstances, you don't have the choice. When you are the victim, you cannot choose whether or not you suffer. Yet, you can choose to walk out of sufferings by continuously working towards healing the pain that has been inside you for so many years. I understand that these realizations can't help to heal all of your traumas, but I hope they may ease the pain so that it doesn't bother you as much. As the healing continues, you might realize that your perception of the world is distorted. You just saw things through a lens of fear and self-hatred. Overcoming traumas may take years, but the initial step is realizing that you may be traumatized and that the world isn't as dark, fearful, and overwhelming as you once believed. Please leave a comment down below to share what has helped you to overcome your traumas in the past. I'm eager to listen to your stories and to learn from your experiences. And if you're working on your self-confidence issues, I have a video with some quick tips to help you feel more confident. I'll include the link somewhere here for you to check it out. Thank you for watching, and until next time.